Hey guys, so a lot of people have been asking me lately, was moving to Mexico City worth it? Now, first, I understand where this question comes from. Usually, people pose these types of questions because they're in some sort of a decision making process to determine would it be worth it for me? So, what I'll do, I'll just real quickly break down why and how I ended up in Mexico City, and then who it may or may not be good for. So, me personally, I lived forever in my adult life in California, working as a digital marketing consultant. Prior to that, I had actually studied abroad in Mexico for a couple of years. So that puts me in a unique situation to where I already spoke Spanish, I already kind of know the lay of the land, I was already legal. So that's an important piece of information because fast forward to me being in California, having spent roughly a decade or so there, trying to get some momentum, trying to get some headway. And guys, if you're in a similar situation, you probably already know this. Southern California can get a bit pricey. Now factor in the price of the pandemic in the sense that pretty much everyone I knew, we all lost our jobs. There's no income on the horizon. However, that didn't mean that rent goes away, car payments don't go away, medical care needs don't go away. So for me, I really got to the point to where I decided, okay, slaving away and then eventually getting a little headway financially is not going to work for me, especially when at the whim of powers that be, they can literally just shut down the entire economy. It was essentially a decade of me trying to get ahead to where it was a rug pull, and that just didn't work for me anymore. So for me in that situation, it essentially felt like a rug pull. It just didn't work for me anymore. Now, couple in the fact that I'd already lived in Mexico before, I had a generally positive experience, had a great time, a little more relaxed society, very open in social culture. Family ties and social structures are very, very important here, and that's something I severely lacked in the US. Now, of course, if you're watching this channel, you're probably interested in the dating. We all know that the dating's superior here. The women are more feminine, they're more fun and flirty and just lighthearted in general. And culturally, as a byproduct of having those strong family and social ties, they're just pre-wired to have good, healthy, happy relationships, which is what we advocate on the channel. But for me, that wasn't the core motivating factor. Although when I did do a list of top 10 things I'm looking for in a city, I think I actually identified 12 or so and saw that Mexico City had most of them. Guys, if you watch the channel for a while, I've released videos on that in the past. So things like public transportation, green spaces, mild spring-like climate year-round, access to high-quality protein. I had lived in El Salvador for a year prior to making the Mexico City move, and it cost me roughly $40 a day just to find decent protein. I hit my macros, stayed on diet, trained religiously, but my body just got a little squishy, got a little sluggish, which I did not like. I had lived in Houston at one point in my career for 3 years and realized that I didn't like the constant year-round crap weather, nor the fact that everything was flat. I'm from the West Coast. I need mountains. I need topographical features. So these were things on my list of, okay, what city would meet all of this criteria? I believe Mexico City met 10 of the 12 things I had on my list. Now, there are things like traffic is horrendous and air pollution. It is a very big city with a very high elevation. Elevation is another factor here, too. But all things being said, it hit most of my major items that I was looking for in a city. So once more, I'd lived here before, dating is superior, geo arbitrage was really the deciding factor, and this city, it even surprised me too, hit 10 of the 12 things on my list of things to look for in a city. So having all of that been said, it really depends on what you were looking for in a city. Where are you in your life? What are you looking to do next? For me, in my situation, the original goal was to come here for at least a few years. I've been here for about 4 years now. It was to just get ahead financially and then enjoy a slower pace of life. I think most of my adult career, I had been slaving away in the corporate structures and made some headway and have gotten promotions and have gotten good bonuses and commissions and speaking engagement opportunities and attended all sorts of cool conferences and traveled all over the place. But at the end of the day, it wasn't moving the needle towards what I was looking for. We are human beings, not necessarily just human doers. So I wanted more of a, this is a millennial trending topic, work-life balance, which, that being said, I think I've definitely found here in Mexico City. Monday to Friday, most of my days are pretty regimented. I rarely leave the house. It's heads down, working away. But when I step outside of that for this weekend, I'm going to go to the mountains and hang out in a cabin and just kind of unplug, disconnect, relax, and connect with nature. That is something that's easily doable here, and that's something that I value in my lifestyle. So, again, ask yourself, what is it you're looking for? Now, if you want to just come here for the girls and you're not interested in getting your residency or learning Spanish or really having a life here, that's completely fine. We work with guys just like you. A lot of guys like the hybrid model where they live in the US, Canada, UK, Australia, where have you. And then when they get a long weekend or they get their 2 weeks vacation, 4 weeks vacation plus maybe for you Europeans, but for us Americans, standard 2 weeks vacation. Yeah, then they'll book a flight, they'll rent an Airbnb, they'll come to Mexico City and they'll have a good time. But if you want to take the next step further, for me, I mentally consider Mexico City my home base. Guys, you've seen the videos. I've got a nice space here for all sort of creative pursuits. I'm into the music, I'm into cars, I'm into all sorts of stuff. Mexico City just made sense for me. Also, its proximity to the US. I wanted to be on the same time zone since I work primarily with US companies. So that was a big one for me too. A direct flight away from any major city. I was working for a very large international company at the time when I first moved here, and I needed to, on a moment's notice, be able to board a flight and hop up to the major financial, communication, entertainment, tech hubs of the United States. So at the end of the day, for me, Mexico City was just kind of a logical transition. It didn't make sense for me to stay in California. It didn't make sense for me to be a hamster in a hamster wheel of the corporate rat race in the US, which I still kind of am, but now I'm able to actually get ahead. Now, the bonus of perfect weather and good food and green spaces and public transportation, and of course, the superior relationship quality when dating members of the opposite sex, those are just bonus points. But all in all, I definitely don't regret coming to Mexico City. I definitely enjoy it. I plan on having this be my base for the unforeseeable future. And if anything were to change in the meantime, I will definitely let you know. So guys, if you're in the situation and you're wondering, is Mexico City right for me? Be sure to click on that link down below in the description. Fill out a quick 1-minute application, see if we're a good fit, and I'll help you set up a plan for if you just want to take exploratory trips down here every now and then, or you're looking to make the full move. We help guys at all different stages in their life, and certainly there is a way we can help you.